Hey guys, Fab here. Probably the biggest match in world football is just around the corner, and we asked our users who would make the combined El Clásico 11 and which legends get left out. So check out the video and comment below and tell us who makes your team. First up, it's the man between the sticks. It was a real no-brainer for our fans as a whopping majority of voters opted for former Real Madrid keeper Iker Casillas. There was really no one else close to the World Cup winning Spaniard. Casillas, now at Porto, played over 700 competitive games for Real over 16 seasons, picking up 5 La Liga titles, 3 European Cups, and a host of other trophies, along with getting himself on UEFA's Team of the Year squad 6 times. The first fullback is modern-day Barca legend Dani Alves. The Brazilian spent 8 seasons at Camp Nou and was an integral part of their success over the last decade. He picked up 6 La Liga titles and 3 Champions League trophies. Now at Juventus, it's no surprise our users chose Alves in this combined 11. He's the second most decorated footballer in European competitions of all time. He's only 1 title behind the great Paolo Maldini. Dani Alves on the right, who's on the left? Only one man. Of course, it's Roberto Carlos. The second Brazilian to make a combined 11, Roberto Carlos was part of Real Madrid's Galacticos in the late 90s, early 2000s that dominated Spain and Europe. Arguably one of the greatest left backs in the history of the game, it would be difficult not to include Roberto Carlos in a World 11, never mind El Clásico only. In central defense, we have an unstoppable duo in the form of Puyol and Ramos. Having both played together for Spain throughout the years, including the 2010 World Cup final triumph, Puyol and Ramos make for a great double act. Ramos' fiery temper could be controlled by the diplomat Puyol, whose rock-solid presence at the back would keep the shape of a highly attacking lineup. These two guys are like chalk and cheese, but somehow it works. So now that the back line is all sorted, we move on to the next part of the team, the midfield. But remember, picking just 3 midfielders from all of Barcelona's and all of Real Madrid's midfielders in history is a very tough task. We can't please everyone. We'll start our midfield with a Barcelona legend through and through, Xavi Hernandez. A graduate of Barca's fabled La Masia Youth Academy, Xavi embodies the tiki-taka passing game as well as his club's ethos of hard work and humility. You give me the ball, I pass the ball, is his motto. The midfield master was a permanent fixture for club and country through the recent golden age of Spanish football and is an automatic inclusion on any list involving Barcelona or Spanish football. His 28 trophies are topped by only one other Spanish player. To mention Xavi is to evoke the Blaugrana's other midfield maestro, Andrés Iniesta. Recognized by fans and fellow players alike as a genius of the game, his midfield partnership with Xavi was dominant in Spain, Europe, and at the World Cup when at its best. Still active for Barcelona, it will be a sad day when a gentleman of his grace finally hangs up the boots. 2 down, 1 to go. Remember, Xabi Alonso, Johan Cruyff, Luis Figo, these were all nominated names, but who takes the last spot? Keep watching to find out. And our final midfield slot goes to a Galactico about whom Real Madrid legend Alfredo Di Stefano once said, "He plays as if he had silk gloves on each foot. He's one of the best I've ever seen." And yet, Zizou also had a tough side to him, essential for anyone who walks onto the pitch against the best in the world. His 5 years at the Bernabeu produced some stunning goals, like the match winner in the 2002 Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen. Now at the helm of Real Madrid, Zidane will once again take on old rival Luis Enrique in El Clásico, this time from the touchline. So that's it for the midfield 3. Next up, the forwards. Who do you think makes the cut? More than just a dribbler, the Brazilian was a creative playmaker, a cool finisher, and a character who made younger players feel welcome. As good as he was as a player, Ronaldinho also was a fantastic ambassador for the beautiful game around the world with his iconic looks, his skills made for the YouTube era, and his memorable Nike commercials. One of those players who looked up to Ronaldinho would in a few years completely overshadow the Brazilian, both on and off the pitch. You know his name, you know his number, Lionel Messi. He's the best player Barcelona have ever had, which is quite a statement in itself. Combine the best dribbling in the world with darting pace, an awesome work ethic, and surprising strength, and the results are magical. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 4 of them in succession, 4 Champions League trophies, his place as the top goal scorer in Spanish league history, and, let's not forget, the most goals in El Clásico history. Now, who could our last player be? Let me guess. Michael Owen? Lionel Messi would probably be universally acknowledged as the best player of the modern era if it weren't for Cristiano Ronaldo. The Portugal captain and top scorer is the perfect foil to the Argentinian. Flashy versus low profile, Nike versus Adidas, Madrid versus Barcelona. While Messi plays a mazy and earthbound game, Ronaldo is fast and explosive, able to outleap his markers, hang in the air and drive in headers, or step over and burst through the defense to let loose his shot. Ronaldo is fresh from scoring his 100th goal in the Champions League. 6 more than Messi, by the way. Led his country to the 2016 European Championship, won the Ballon d'Or 4 times, lifted the Champions League on 3 occasions, and has scored twice in El Clásico since Messi's last goal in the clash in 2014. So guys, that is our combined El Clásico 11 picked by our users. Do you think one of the players didn't deserve to be on the team, or are you missing a legend who you think, definitely should be on there? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel here, or was it here? Somewhere.